Hey guys, this is an overview of the Thunder Laser Power Pulse test file that we may get some of you to do to gather current readings at different percentages of power on your Thunder Laser for diagnostics purposes. This is what the file looks like. It's real small. I've got it set up to current position with the job origin at the upper left. So you should be able to move your head around onto your laser somewhere, hit the origin button, and it's really tiny. The whole thing, is only 7.5 millimeters wide and 5.5 millimeters tall. Don't worry about any of that. So what this actually is going to do is, in this order, there's a line here that's about 10 millimeters long. These are not going to be perfect as far as the timings because I shrunk it a little bit because the 5-second pulse was a little bit too long, I discovered. But anyway, what it's going to do is do this first line, and that's actually going to be a pause. It's set to 0 power and speed, 0 power. So it won't output anything. And this first line is going to output at 10%. And I'm doing this a little bit differently. The speed's set at 1 millimeters per second. Max and min power is well below the striking voltage or the ionization threshold, so the laser will not fire, and we don't want it to when actually making the line. What I've done is turn on cut through and set the start pause time for 5,000 milliseconds, which is 5 seconds. So that's where you're getting your 5-second pulse at 10%. So all of these layers should look the same with the exception of the power percentage in the cut through settings. So cut through needs to be turned on. It's 5,000 milliseconds, and this one the power is 10%. The next one you'll notice everything is the same except your cut through power is 20%, 30%, 40%, on and on and on. So what that's going to do is actually just fire the laser at the beginning of this line and provide a lead in. So it'll cut a little tail. You're not going to actually cut anything though. You can do this with a bare bed. Now, what I would suggest is that you move your bed as far down as you can and don't have anything there. And then move it somewhere over toward the middle. And I'll give you an idea. Let's move to the center of the bed. Let me reconnect. There we go. Now let's try that again. I'm going to use the map point. I'm going to not moving. It's not moving. I need to select it again. Oh, hit the right place. There we go. So I'm going to move it about in the middle. That's not my origin, so I'm going to go back to the middle. And I think in the move panel, we'll get the position. That should be right. But I'll show you how, if you want to run it absolute coordinates, you can do that too. I'll just drag it over in the middle of the bed here. But I'm going to run it and show you what it does. So there's a 10-second pause. And then it'll fire the first one for 5 seconds, and then there'll be a little pause. Then it'll fire the 20%, then a pause, then a 30%. I've got a video that's going to accompany this that actually shows my current meter, and I'm narrating what's happening on it, so you'll get a better idea from that. So that's how that file works. And it's basically to let you write down what milliamp reading you're seeing at 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% power. Don't worry about what the numbers are right now. We just want to record them for you to send those back to us so that we can interpret those readings. So that's how that file works.